What's up, ballers? Welcome back. Today we got a lot of things to talk about, and for a Saturday, it is not looking bad at all. You can see we have a mix between red and green. It was all green earlier, but the market is correcting. We have Render up 8%, Toncoin down 15%, Near up about 4%, and Notcoin dropped 11%. On CoinMarketCap, the Fear and Greed Index is at a 56, so it is moving up a bit. And people, they hear some good news and they move into the market. Bitcoin down 1% for the day. It's at $63,913. Ethereum up 2% for the day at $2,776. Solana at $160, up 8% for the day. So Bitcoin mining profits are at an all-time low. So, that's just one thing that we have to take into consideration. They're not making much money off of that. Bitcoin rises after Fed Chair Powell lays groundwork for interest rate cuts. That's going to be very, very bullish. Crypto beats big oil for the first time ever. Now, historically, big oil has always been like a dominant force in politics, and they've always, been big with lobbying politicians. But if we take a look at this chart below, we can see that there's been over $119 million from crypto people that are trying to get a lot of crypto influence in this election. Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs top, which if we were to convert that into dollars, it's about $256 million. So a lot of money flowing in from Hong Kong, which is to be expected. Also, crypto, CZ, the former CEO of Binance, has been released from prison. Now, hasn't been like an official release. He's been transferred to a prison in California to a halfway house in Long Beach. But it's still a big step, and from people who just read like the headline or whatever, as soon as they see the word release, they're just gonna think it's positive news. So it is a transition. Prediction: Solana will be the first crypto to get a spot ETF in 2025. Now, I literally just got an email like minutes ago that says 2 filings for Solana ETFs were rejected by the US SEC, and a new filing for a crypto index fund has been submitted. So the SEC has really been, doing a lot of things to try to block crypto and stuff, but at the end of the day, what it does is it gives people who are not involved with crypto a negative view on it because it just makes it look like an illegitimate asset. But I think that if it does get approved, which will be, in a year or maybe longer, it'll add more legitimacy to it and people will trust it more. And they won't be as hesitant to get into it. And even if they don't get into it, they'll still say, okay, it's not that risky of an asset. At least there's some type of backing from the government, the SEC. So, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, take a look at this. In Argentina, they have Ethereum education, which is now part of the high school curriculum. They're going to have Ethereum like classes. They have blockchain in the classrooms. So this is going to be huge. El Salvador is doing the same thing. Check out a previous video where I talked about that. Now, this is going to continue with other countries. And all these countries are going to be leading the way. I mean, these are going to be very, very intelligent students that are going to be innovating the financial future. And they're going to be far ahead as far as, the blockchain goes. And this is going to be the future of finance. Now, Business Insider, this was an economist that was saying that, we're going to be entering a recession. And I would never pay for fake news. So let me clear this out. We already been in a recession, and I would say at least over a year and a half, but this analyst is saying that we're going to enter one. Now, that's completely false. We're not just going to enter one. We already been in one. And if you walk around the street and you ask people, they'll agree with that. You could just ask them how their finances are doing. They probably don't even have 3 to 6 months of income where they can pay their bills if they were to lose their job right now. I'm sure they're struggling to pay their bills month to month. So, yeah. Is Bitcoin heading for a bear market? Now, the only reason I'm sharing these articles with you, from Yahoo is because we know that the media is so biased. I just wanted to show you how funny it is from like one day to another. They can flip the narrative on you. So I'm going to show you the dates of these articles and the headlines. So this article is from last month, July 11th. So they're telling you Bitcoin can be heading for a bear market. So think of yourself as a retail investor who doesn't know much about crypto. You might be thinking, okay, a bear market's coming. Maybe I should sell my Bitcoin. Okay, I'm going to do that. Then you read this article now in June. So you read this article in June and you hear how Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. So you buy Bitcoin and then a couple weeks later, what do? You sell it, right? And then you read this article, July 4th, and then 59,000. So they're constantly flip-flopping, telling you that the market's going to be bullish, and then it falls below 59,000. People don't understand the market because most of retail, these people have not been in crypto for multiple cycles. So as soon as they read a headline, they're just going to act off of impulse and emotion. So what they're going to do is they're just going to read the headline and say, okay, well, you know what? It went from 62,000 to 59,000. I'm just going to cut my losses and I'm going to sell. But that's the last thing that you should do is sell based off of emotion. You just have to stick to your strategy and consistently be buying and make sure that you do not listen to any of these articles. Just read it a little bit, but take it at face value with a grain of salt. U.S. layoffs reach a 14-month high amid government and tech cutbacks. Now, this article is from a few months ago, and I just wanted to share it to kind of transition into this news. So, we take a look here. Uber, which this article is from yesterday, they're going to start offering self-driving cars. So, how does this relate to crypto? You're going to kind of see how this goes into the digital currency and blockchain. So, we have a income program which will hand cash directly to families in a large U.S. county. Now, this is going to be a county in Colorado. So in Colorado, they're giving this money to people and these families. Now, these families are getting it for housing, for medical, and for like childcare. So this is a pilot program that they're using in Boulder County, which is near the Denver area. And this isn't just something that they're doing out of the kindness of their hearts. This is a pilot program that they're doing just to see how it goes, and if it's something that eventually in the future can be expanded. And we know how this works, right? We heard about universal basic income, CBDCs, and all of that stuff. So as we see automation, and we all seen those videos of warehouses and people lose their jobs to these robots and stuff, kind of see the pattern of why this is happening. Now, next stop for Bitcoin. China could be about to blow Janet Yellen's trillion crypto price bombshell out of the water. So we're going to see if we go down here, Yellen will inject at least $301 billion and a maximum of $1.05 trillion between now and year end. Plus, remember, the next president who's coming in gets in the beginning of January, so they're going to be injecting tons of money at that time because we don't know how the economy is going to be, and we know it ain't going to be good because we just got lied to this whole entire time. So tons of money. That's $1 trillion within the next 4 months. Plus, we're printing $1 trillion every 90 days. So that's tons of liquidity in the market. China knows this. Every country knows this. It's not a secret anymore. All this liquidity is going into the market. What are these people wanting to buy? They don't want US dollars or bonds or any of that. They want riskier assets. They want things like Bitcoin. So the market is about to take off, and we really can't predict it. But just as of yesterday, we kind of seen a little bit of how that will look. And once it starts really taking off, it's not going to go back. So let's see. Scammers drain $1.4 million from elderly widow as JP Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and other financial giants sit back and watch. So, what is the main purpose of people having a bank account? I mean, they save money, which was good back when money had more value and inflation wasn't out of hand. They used to save their money and kind of, get some type of value out of it, build wealth, and they felt like their money was safe and secure. Well, if banks are just going to sit back and watch, what is the big point of it, right? And it's not like nowadays people have money and they're building wealth in banks, right? Because if we think about it and we look at the numbers, a majority of Americans don't even have enough money to pay their bills in the savings account where they can just say, okay, in my savings, I have like 2 or 3 months worth of income where I could just pay my bills if I lose my job. So having only, $1,000 or $2,000 in savings, they're probably going to be making less than 1% in interest on their savings, which is horrible. So let's just put this in a perspective. People are putting that into the banks, and these are the largest institutions. And having it FDIC insured would make it, safe for some people, and that's something that people have historically done. But now I think that a lot of people are starting to realize that banks are not on your side. They really don't care about you, and they're really there to protect their bottom line. And for every dollar that you put in the bank, they go out there and they lend, way more dollars. They're probably lending like $8, $9 for every $1 you put in the bank. So, and you're really not getting the rate of return because they're making so much money off of the money you put in the bank. So it's really not a good deal. But, just something to think about. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.